Hi, and welcome to another Problematicast. This is episode 2, Beating a Dead Horse Fucker, because I think it's an appropriate topic for what we're going to discuss tonight. I am joined by the legendary Drunken Punk 800,
Sup, motherfuckers!
and we have a special guest for a little while during this discussion, the master and tactician of gaming, Lord Thanatos.
I am here to destroy faces. Let's do this.
Right on. So,
Well, hey, man, we're better at destroying faces than a certain person.
Yeah, well, let's not talk about him today.
yeah,
we got enough scumbags to talk about today.
All right. Well, since I opened the topic last time, I'm going to give one you either DP or Thanatos here to open the next to open this discussion. So why don't you go ahead and spill your guts?
Thanatos, because he's fucking already fired up.
Yeah. So.
Oh, God. Oh, this Kero shit. Ever since it started, I've just been shaking my head and fucking going, I can't believe this exists, but it does.
It really does. We're talking about the Kiro the Wolf because a lot of shit has been popping off lately, and a lot of the stuff that I've been reading as an animal lover and activist for their protection has really brought my piss to a boil to the point where I want to strangle this motherfucker and curb stomp his ass into oblivion.
No shit, man. I think fuck, man, just get that motherfucker over here. Like, we'll all meet up and we'll have a threesome of the worst kind on this guy's fucking head. Just have a boot party, man. I mean, seriously, if anyone ever deserved having their intestines ripped out of their ass and then shoved through their mouth, like, this is the motherfucker.
No shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was reading shit like he likes to fucking sever puppy heads and do all sorts of crazy shit with roadkill. I mean, what the fuck is your problem? I mean, I admit I'm a crazy and sometimes a sick individual in terms of my mindset, but I would never go that far.
There's
the worst part
between. Go ahead. Sorry.
The worst part about it is it's not just him. There are other people involved in this fucking thing, according to logs and shit found by not just people like Mr. Medicare, but other people within the furry community. Is like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
He's doing some rank shit, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the early days of the internet, and your parents were like, "Oh, you got to watch out where you go. Oh, there's sick people out there," and you're thinking, "Ah, you're full of shit, man." Oh yeah, there is, and this is like the depths of the internet.
Yeah, this is almost like the dark web, except it's not on that layer of the tier of internet. It's actually on the top layer where everyone resides in.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I mean, these people aren't fucking smart enough to, hide their IP or nothing. This is out in the open. Fucking kids could see this shit. This is fucked up.
Right, and, as we discussed in the past, we don't want kids to be robbed of their innocence, and you can't shield them away from the horrors of the world, but this is when a perversion that someone is into goes a bit too far to where he feels that it's necessary to fulfill his dirty, dark wishes on defenseless animals or beings, whatever you want to label them as, and in turn fucking up the youth by them reading these things, and me as an animal lover just making me just filled with a rage that I haven't felt in a very long time.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't blame you there.
Because the thing is I've mentioned many a time before, I love animals and I do my best to protect them in the best of my ability, and I try to give them the best life that I'm able to give them. And that doesn't just go with my animals, it goes with the animals that are outside that don't have a home. I always feed them, make sure they're safe from harm, and everything in between. And the fact that some fucker is a sick fuck that has to get his dick off by fucking a animal that has no say or no right in any way, and just to fulfill that, really pisses me off to the point where if I knew where this fucker was, I would probably beat the shit out of him. No lie.
Yep.
Don't blame you. Don't blame you at all.
I mean, I've done a little bit of research myself upon this character, and he plays himself off as some innocent little furry of the furry fandom. And like I said, there's also, like, every group has their bad parts and their good parts. I mean, there's good furries, there's bad furries, there's good juggalos, there's bad juggalos. I mean, the list goes on and on. But, I mean, this motherfucker, I mean, he wants to claim... Well, the one thing that really I called bullshit on as soon as I saw it was when he claimed that he was hacked by some Ooga Boogalas from the other side of the pond. That's just complete bullshit. He wasn't hacked.
Yeah, no shit. I was hacked by Iranians. Like, oh my god, that's a made-up fucking story. If I heard it before I even saw the evidence, it's like, yeah, that's bullshit, dude.
His hand was caught.
Yes, yes, it is.
His hand was caught in a cookie jar, so he wanted to cover it up in the only way he thought possible. So he just made up some shit about how he was hacked. And I mean, if you even watch that interview he had, if you follow Mr. Miniker, I think that's his name.
Mr. Mediker, yeah.
Mediker, yeah. He showed an interview of when he was. I mean, you could just tell the guy he was not right upstairs. I mean, he was very socially inept to even conduct this interview. He couldn't even compose himself because he was just like, yeah, one of those people that don't know how to speak.
Yeah. I was hacked by Iranian super hackers, and they put all this bad stuff on my computer. Yeah, I didn't have anything to do with it. Ugh.
I did not have sexual relations with that.
Okay, Bill Furry Clinton.
Ooh.
Ooh. No, but yeah, I mean,
Bill Clinton.
See, the thing is, if you're trying to prove your innocence to both the furry fandom and the internet community, you gotta have some goddamn conviction. Not act like just some, yeah, yeah, I mean, no, you gotta fucking show conviction and prove your innocence. Right there, to me, is what I call a guilty face. Because he just didn't prove anything in his innocence, that he claims he's innocent, and he had no conviction when it came to anything that was been brought to the table that he's been accused of. So in my opinion, that means you're fucking guilty. You need to own up to it and fucking get what's coming to you.
Well, here's another thing with all this, right? You know, there's so much shit going on with, like, the Me Too movement that a lot of times whenever shit like this comes up, I don't fucking believe it because too many bitches are crying wolf. But with this motherfucker, there's like proof out there, and then you got some assholes. You got quite a few furries actually being like, "Oh, he's innocent. He didn't do nothing." It's like, yeah. From what I've heard, because goddamn, I am not touching that leaked document, that leaked zip folder. Fuck no.
Oh god, don't even go into that.
No fucking thank you. But point being, I've seen enough to know that yeah, this motherfucker is goddamn just totally guilty.
Absolutely, in every way, shape, and form. I mean, just this body language, his conviction, and the way he voices his opinion, or, I mean, like, if you just see that interview, you could just tell, like, from top to bottom, just by just looking at his expressions, he's a guilty motherfucker, and he's not even doing 1 ounce of good for himself to prove his innocence if he feels he's innocent. I mean, in my honest opinion, that motherfucker's guilty. He needs to own up to it, as I stated before, and whatever comes to him, he deserves it, because he's fucking harming innocent animals that have no right to defend them, or have no way to defend themselves other than what they're given through, nature.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, I'd like to point out it's not a bunch of people, including someone that tried to DMCA Mr. Mediker because of all the shit he's saying about Kero, which... and I've seen the Kiwi Farms board full of posts. It's something else. I am disturbed that this kind of shit exists.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, and here's the thing. Mediker always covers his bases. He's always like, I'm not saying that. I'm not accusing them of that. I'm just saying they're acting this way. Like, he always covers his bases legally with everything. So if he says something like this, he got some motherfucking proof. Because he'll want to get sued by a motherfucker, you know?
Yep. Yes, indeed.
Well, when you're someone like Mr. Miniker who feels that it's necessary to show people out there in the internet land that of somebody that's not doing things of the right way or a good way, to, like for instance, like Wings of Redemption. He had a really nice video on him, which has nothing to do with this discussion. But the thing is the people he picks out, he really does the research and explains things in a way that the person that he's covering really needs to be exposed for who they are and what they are. And Kiro the Wolf is a prime example of what people need to not be. And not, I mean, like I said, there's bad furries and good furries. And we all know Kero is definitely bottom tier in terms of the kind of furry he is. I mean, he is just absolute shit. And in that regard, we don't need that. I mean, it makes furries that enjoy the fandom look bad. And it also makes people that love animals, get pissed off. So you have people on both sides of the spectrum just having a strong amount of emotion when it comes to both hate and love and everything in between. Thus, I mean, I'm glad there's people like Mr. Medicare and other people who expose these for what they need to be exposed of. These things have to be addressed because there's so many people out there that just feel the need to basically stick up for a person that they feel strongly about, which I understand. But at the same time, when you have someone like fucking, Kiro the Wolf, it's very hard to you see the chat logs he had with the other members of the fandom. I mean, it made my stomach turn because normally, and normally I can I could let stuff slip if depending on the situation, but when it comes to animals, that's where I draw the fucking line. I mean, you're fucking hurting animals that have absolutely they are doing no wrong. They don't deserve the kind of treatment you're giving them. And just to fucking get your dick off, that makes me fucking goddamn sick.
Yeah, dude, people that do shit to fucking kids or animals need to just get stomped to death, man.
Without a doubt.
They need to get their fucking dicks just chopped the fuck off. That's just fucked up, man. And there's the thing too, people are fucking blaming Medicare. It's like, dude, Medicare's not the guy who did anything. Medicare's he's exposing the motherfucker, but you should be blaming Kero for fucking doing this shit. And if not doing every little incident, oh well, he didn't do this isn't him in the picture. Yeah, well, he's fucking enabling it. He's not calling the cops. He's not getting these assholes busted. He knows it's going on. He's fucking not doing anything about it. And I know the word enable gets thrown around a lot, but he fucking is. It's apt in this, in this context.
It's not just him either. There are people actually defending. Oh, not all furries. Hashtag not all furries. It's like, fuck off with that shit.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I fucking already know, okay? I've been into the goddamn fandom. I've dabbled for fucking 10 years. But, it's like every goddamn group of people is going to have sick motherfuckers in it. Whether it's regular society or a little fucking clique, you're always going to have sick motherfuckers in there. And, yeah, does he make the shit look bad? Yep. But, is everyone in the fandom, like, just squeaky clean and perfect? Hell no.
Nope.
It's just like any other part of society. You got drug abusers, you got alcoholics, you got fucking, all this sick, depraved, disgusting shit.
Yeah. And then you got Kiro the Wolf.
Yeah, you got no shit. But point being, you got the good and the bad, just like regular society.
And what's really disturbing is furries look up to this guy, and they may start practicing some of the things that he's been doing because they look up to him that much.
I'll shit into their mouth.
Blind fanboys, maybe, but I don't know. Hopefully, more people have, more sense than that. But I mean, Jesus Christ! The last time I saw anything this disturbing was there was a fucking channel on YouTube, right? And this guy had a secret YouTube channel that had all the videos on private, where he used to stomp fucking turtles to death.
Oh, that would bring my piss to a boil, because turtles are harmless creatures, and they're actually very humble creatures on top of that.
They can be pissy. There are some species that are really pissy, but they're really cool. I like turtles.
Well, about the only pissy one I know of is snapping turtles, but
yeah, I mean, I had one bite me on the nipple before, and I didn't feel too good.
Oh, that probably would have gave Kiro a fucking hard on.
No shit, he'd be like,
"Ooh, baby, bite my nipple."
Ooh, a friend with a fucking snapping turtle. He said he'd give me $10 if I let it bite my nipple, and I let him do that, and it fucking hurt like a sonbitch, and it bled like a cock after it's been kicked in by some goddamn steel-toed boots. But anyways, continue.
Oh my!
Are you a lady now?
No, I still got a dick. I checked 5 minutes ago. Just to check. I still got a dick there.
Oh.
You know.
But yeah, it's fucking mind-boggling because I was searching for more videos after I saw Medicare. I'm like, oh god, I can't wait to see what other motherfuckers are saying. And a lot of the first ones that pop up, thank you Google, but a lot of the first ones that pop up are, oh well, Kiro didn't do nothing, and he's innocent, and that was other people. And granted, some of them were, but oh look, the dog breed doesn't look exactly the same, and it's like, dude, you're fucking, you're grading this by like low quality VHS quality garbage video, like webcam video. It's like, what the fuck do you know? It's like those idiots that think Alex Jones is Bill Hicks because, oh look, his face looks similar. Ugh.
Has nothing to do with looks. It has to do with personality. And like with Kiro the Wolf, his personality, in my opinion, is toxic.
Why am I toxic?
Well, he fits the bill to the T. I mean, he's very socially inept. Like I mentioned earlier, he's very. I mean, just telling by how he talks. I mean, it kind of makes me wonder of the whole George Carlin shtick where he said, it's the quiet ones you gotta watch. But even though the noisy ones you gotta watch even closer. But seriously, Kiro just reminds me of somebody that is just an absolute creeper to a T. If I was in the presence of that motherfucker, I would want to stop his ass flat with the goddamn fucking spiked shoes that you got from Star Tropics, the video game, if any of you've ever played that.
Yeah, no shit.
Or slap him with a shovel like Postal Dude.
Yes, or piss on their face like Postal Dude.
And
now the flowers will grow.
Dude, if you pissed on his face, he'd probably like it. He'd probably be like, ugh.
Fuck, I'll stab him in the dick with a goddamn Beretta. How about that?
He'd probably like that because he's probably in the urethral sounding. Sick fuck.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'll shove it, cut his dick off and shove it in his mouth. How's that feel? Tastes like bratwurst.
Oh my god.
Tastes like nice German sausage with sauerkraut.
Ooh, stop it, silly. Oh my god. You're making my butthole quiver. Ooh.
Oh god.
Well, and that's the thing you don't get on Medicare is the depraved fucking sense of humor. But man, even we have our goddamn limits. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Nobody's perfect. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, you got these cocksuckers that are like, oh, some people are perfect. In what way?
No.
There's no perfect motherfucker. I mean, the thing with us is we just see how it is and we call it out as it is. And I think that's how more people should be.
Yeah, no shit.
Question everything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. No one wants to question shit. And that's why I think this shit goes on and on and on. Like, hell, it's like, when women are getting raped, they tell them, yell out fire, don't yell rape, because you yell rape, no one fucking comes.
Yeah, exactly.
Because people are apathetic fucking losers, man. They don't give a shit. They think it's someone else's problem, and I think that's why people like this sick fucker are allowed to fucking roam around. Because no one does anything. I mean, how the fuck do you have all this shit, all this incriminating shit online, and this motherfucker has not had his doors kicked in?
No fucking shit. I mean, there is so many incriminating evidence going against him. That motherfucker should be having charges against him. Because he's harming animals, for fuck's sake. What about animal rights? I mean, everyone wants to talk about their fucking fifis and these goddamn feminists and SJWs about their fucking rights. Fuck your rights. What about these animals that are getting fucking harmed by some cocksucker that has a very sick perversion and gets off on it and doesn't get thrown in with fucking cuffs and thrown in a fucking bin? Because that's where he belongs, so he doesn't do this to another animal.
But respect women because vagina.
Well, that kind of leads me into the other thing too.
To hell with vagina.
Yeah, yeah, no shit. Too bad you can't get vagina without the fucking mouth to go with. Blah blah blah.
Ain't that the
But
fucking truth? I'd make a tattoo of that if I could. Anyways, continue.
Fucking regardless, you know, it's like I've been saying for a while now. I'm like, God damn, you know, feminists are just like, you know, PETA. PETA will bitch all day. All these vegans in general will bitch all day about animal cruelty. But when it comes to dogs getting skinned alive in China, they don't say shit.
No.
And people might call me a hypocrite. Oh, you say you're for animal rights, but you eat meat and you know, you wear leather. It's like, yeah, those are food animals. Number fucking two, if you use the goddamn, you know, shit for clothes and you use it for food, that's fine. I just don't like people that go sport hunting, you know, people that waste the fucking the carcass of the animal. You gotta use it for something.
Exactly.
And you know, you don't kill dogs, you don't kill cats, you don't kill like the cool animals. Kill the stupid fucking food animals. That's separate. But you know, it's like with feminists, they'll fucking bitch all day about, oh, women are oppressed. You want to see oppression? Go to fucking, you know, the Middle East, bitch. You're gonna see some oppression there.
Yeah, you're gonna get slapped and kicked and stoned and thrown off roofs. You think you have it bad in the U.S.? Go to the other side of the world. You're gonna be a world. You're gonna end up being a world of hurt when you go over there, and then you'll be thankful that you have the fucking goddamn rights you have over here. You fucking spineless twits.
Well,
Well,
you
it's
know,
like-
no feminist is going to do that.
Well,
They'll have nothing to complain about.
As long as they have a vagina between their legs, they're always gonna complain.
well, it's the old oxymoron, man. It's like, oh, you're oppressed? Uh-huh. Well, you've been saying how you're oppressed and you're bitching about the government. Yeah, would you be able to do that in a country that truly wasn't free? No, you wouldn't. You'd be in the fucking gulag, bitch.
Exactly.
But you're
Exactly.
not.
Absolutely. That's what I don't understand about these feminists. I know we're going like way left field with the conversation piece, but
It'll get back in a minute.
you know we.
Yes, indeed.
But
I'll
no,
be back in a second.
Yeah, sure, no
Sorry.
problem. No, you're perfectly fine. No,
And I actually have to get off here because I got to get now.
All right, well, thanks for coming on for a little bit here. I mean, I was glad you were able to give us at least 22 minutes of your time. But
No, it's no problem, man.
But-
I mean, next time you guys do this, I might. So.
yeah, well, that would be awesome, man. But thanks for coming on, and thanks for giving us your input and giving people out their input as well. And well, I'll guess we'll talk to you later, man. You have a good one.
Yep, this is the master signing off. Down.
Yeah, that's Lord Thanatos. He's the tactician of gaming. He definitely will tell you anything and everything about a video game. He has a channel too, but right now he just wants to keep it under wraps for the moment because of certain things that he had to deal with in the past. So I'm not gonna, link his channel just yet until he gives me the go ahead. But yeah, he's very good with video games. He like looks them up top to bottom and tells you everything that you need to know and kind of gives you some input on how to better yourself at gaming and at a game that he's passionate about, and if you're passionate about it too. So he's not really a Let's Player per se. He's more or less just a person that likes to share his knowledge of a game that he's good at and give you that information so that maybe you can get past a certain part that you get stuck in. Anyways, that's besides the point. I'm not trying to sell him off or anything. And, we're all friends here, and we all talk about what we need to speak upon. But yeah, the whole going back to the Kiro the Wolf thing, there's not much I can say. I just looked at a few things, and I can't look at this person and just say with a straight face that he's a genuine human being, because that would just be a flat out lie. And as you all know, I'm not a liar. I don't like to stretch the truth or give you falsified information. I just like to stick to the facts, because facts don't have feelings, and if like some of you that can't handle that, that's kind of your problem, and you're gonna have to deal with that in your own accord. We focus too much on feelings anymore, and those need to be muted because facts don't have feelings.
Oh, what's up?
Not much. Thanatos had to skedaddle, so it's just us now.
That's all right.
Well,
Whatever.
I think
Uh,
I think the first time and everything. So, anyways,
oh, no, it's cool.
I was just explaining to our viewership that people focus too much on feelings nowadays, and facts aren't feelings, and they need to deal with it in their own accord. And if they can't deal with it, then that's their problem, and they're gonna have to find a way to, suck it up, buttercup, and deal with it accordingly. Because that's the problem we have in this world. I mean, when it comes to Kiro or any kind of popular fan base,
Yeah.
people get their feelings in the way of facts, and the facts need to be stated. And if how you feel about those facts is entirely up to you as an individual. However, there's the facts though, and if the facts outweigh the feelings, then they have to be expressed.
Yeah, facts don't give a shit about your feelings. It's like, and this really ties into it too. The whole thing with the whole Kiro thing and people defending him. Number one, it's sort of an in-group, out-group kind of thing. Why I think a lot of this is happening and people are defending him and all that shit.
Right.
When the shit's just completely stacked against him. And it, Grant, if the guy isn't guilty by chance, he's acting guilty as shit. And
Absolutely.
plus, like, yeah, there's evidence. But, we're not the law. The law is the law. But if he is guilty, I hope he gets the fucking book thrown at him. But point being, people are fucking sticking together because of this whole thing. They don't want his deviance, like, taking down the opinion of the fucking furry fandom. See, ever since the Brony thing came out in 2012 or so, furries haven't been mentioned, but now that they're getting mentioned again because of this motherfucker, they're trying to protect it, but it's like it's all feeling based. And it's all feeling based because all these motherfucking soy boys got too much fucking estrogen in their system. They aren't thinking rationally at all. They don't
Absolutely.
have a set of rules or guidelines or morals. It's all feels for them. They're thinking like women.
Exactly. And when women focus way too much on their feelings, as you explained, and in doing so, feelings definitely get in the way of the fact of the situation. Regardless of who it is. I mean, like there are so many rabid fan bases out there, and we've explained that earlier. But they allow their feelings they have towards these individuals get in the way of the facts. And and the reason why I use that term, it's feeling facts don't have feelings motif is because a guy I really like to listen to once in a while, even though he is Jewish, is Ben Shapiro, and he always points out the facts of certain things that's wrong with the country and everything. And he's actually a Jewish man that I can respect. Unlike the ones out there that protect the minorities of this country and their feelings, it's like feelings are not racial based; they are based on human emotion, and that doesn't have to do with race. That has to do with just the way the human brain works. And people like to get really, I mean, like I said, the internet is the fucking hate gravy train. Everyone on the internet is mostly a hateful son of a bitch that just hates everything and everything. And but they go ahead and they, like, for instance, like with the video game world, a lot of people hate on the game, but they buy it day one anyways. It's like, okay, you're speaking all this shit ever before it's released, and then you fucking go and buy the game. What kind of hypocrite are you? I mean, the same goes with fandoms. They're going to talk shit about somebody, but they probably still watch them anyways. And it goes on and on. And, it's like, do anybody have any sense of credibility anymore? Yeah, I just don't understand how this could be a thing that just constantly shows itself on the internet. And and as I stated before, with facts versus feelings debate that I've always had, it's just facts are what they are. They're facts, and feelings are how you perceive those facts. But as I said, the internet is nothing more than is a hate machine. They just like to hate on everything just because they can. I mean, everyone's going to have their supporters and everyone's going to have their haters, but sometimes you just got to draw the line between the two and just let be. What is that? Live and let live is the saying I think I'm looking for.
Live and let die in this case.
No fucking shit. I mean, no one can just let things be things. I mean, fuck me. I mean, like I said, like I explained many times, you have these fucking YouTube channels too. I have to explain. I have to let this off my chest. Is they fucking every time they come on, it's like they make a reality TV show out of their channel, and two of them I want to fucking stab in the dick until they're fucking left twitching and bleeding in their own pile of shit. Is fucking McJuggernuggets and Kid Behind the Camera.
Oh God! Hi guys, here's my show. Buy my merch. Oh, here's a commercial.
Yeah, and as
be sure to subscribe.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna subscribe to your bullshit. Fuck off. I don't like stuff that's fake. I'm just like every other real motherfucker out there. I like my shit raw and uncut and real. Not some fakery bullshit. That's not entertaining. I hate these cocksuckers every fucking time I go on YouTube. Oh, this was really entertaining. Thanks for the video. Yeah, some fake shit. You might as well fucking have cable TV and watch MTV and watch that garbage because it's reality TV now. There's no music involved. Fuck off.
Well, speaking of fucking MTV, I think Butthead said it best when he's like, no thanks. I don't like stuff that sucks.
Ain't fucking into that shit. But, yeah. But like I stated before, I mean, the whole... Like I said, there's bad furries and good furries, and, you know, we mentioned Kero is just basically a piece of shit. And honestly, I hope some kind of litigation and law gets on his ass and puts him where he needs to be. He needs to be taught a lesson in either the legislative issue or the, you know, the animal lovers and the furry fandom who don't believe in his antics. But then again, it's hard to find them because most of them are on his side, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I was telling people. They're like, oh, even the furries are bitching about him. I said, not a lot. Most of the ones are supporting this fuck. I mean, come on, man. Like, yeah, there's allegations, but come on. Like, it gets to a point. Like, this is not knee rape. This is fucking dead puppy head rape. This is like bad lyrics to the fucking 13-year-old would write for a fucking, you know, death metal group. Fucked up. That's how fucked up this shit is.
Yeah, and it absolutely has no business being either online or in real life because, you know, there are some like kitty fucking furries out there, like like we mentioned earlier, the children. You know, the children, you know, they're gonna look up to this guy and you know, think that's okay to do what he's doing, and in that regard, we're gonna have a problem because then we'll have all these kitties out there fucking severing the heads of puppies and sticking their dick in their fucking mouth. I mean, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah, man. It's like the world's sick enough as it is, man. I mean, imagine just for a brief second. I know it ain't gonna happen. Me neither. I'm not stupid. I'm not having goddamn kids. But if we did, would we want to live in a world where there could be a guy behind a fucking a fucking computer monitor, fucking, you know, jacking off to fucking dead puppies? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it just makes me fucking sick.
What
man.
the fuck?
I mean, I understand everyone's got their perversions and shit, but fucking dead animals and animals in general, you know, our reproductive organs is not meant for them. Okay, they have their own reproductive organs for themselves as amongst their group of their part in the animal kingdom. We're supposed to have sex with our offspring. Yeah, I know that's hard to do because women fucking suck and they want to fucking talk too much shit and they want to fucking. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just like my misogyny is like erupting right now. I fucking hate women. I can't stand them.
Yes, that have sex with our offspring. This is Alabama. Give me some French fry potatoes. Nah, but seriously, like, that's on the level that these motherfuckers are. It's like, come on, man. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, you know what? You know, jack it to all the artwork you want, man, but leave the goddamn real animals out of it, okay? We're not living in fantasy land, okay? This isn't fantasy land where Bruce Jenner is actually a woman. No, he's just a guy with a fucking any dick. Okay? This is the real world, and animal people don't fucking exist. So, stop baying dogs, you sick fucks. Stop raping mooses and fucking fox carcasses, you sick fuckers. I should not have to say this, but I do. Because people are fucking retarded. People are so retarded. I saw a thing today, apparently happened last year. Fucking retard kids were drinking motherfucking they were drinking hand sanitizer to get drunk.
Or what's the other one? Fucking Tide Pods.
Oh yeah, eating Tide Pods. Started out as a fucking 4chan thing, and stupid people thought, hey, I'm gonna do that for real, derp. Dude, I saw a video a day where these two jackoffs, okay? They were like in court, and they were like, what these cameras for? They're like, that's the news media. Oh, yo, what's up, motherfucker? Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat. Leroy Jones, motherfucker. It's like, oh my god. Like, dude, every fucking time I turn away and look back at reality, look back at this insanity that we have to call reality nowadays, this shithole called fucking, you know, a culture that we have. It's more and more like idiocracy every fucking day of the week, and it's fucking depressing.
It really is, especially with the rise of social media. I mean, the whole social fabric of between individuals is broken.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are taking these sick fantasies that we've mentioned earlier in this podcast, and they're trying to make it the reality in every way they can. And I'm sorry to say this, it's made me look like a fucking homophobe, but you can fucking label me any way you want, because it's just a word and it does not bother me. But ever since the supreme ruling of homosexuality was approved, you're going to have all the sick fucks out there that want their fetishes approved by the same process. And that was just the start of it.
Well, if that's the case, then, I'm a fucking self-hating bisexual who completely wants the LGBT fucking firebomb to hell. I fucking hate their goddamn guts.
Word.
I fucking hate all this fucking bullshit. It started with gay marriage. And that's the thing. My whole thing with gay marriage, I support it.
Of course.
If it were state by state.
Mm-hmm.
If it were state by state. But if you shove it in, it's going to just cause animosity. And then once you shove it in with executive orders, then all these little niche faggot fucking groups, like these fucking baby rapers and these dog rapers, they come out of the woodwork being like, oh, well, where's my equal rights? Because in their mind, equal rights isn't, equal opportunity or nothing, real like that. It's all about, they just want to have their sick fucking fetishes. They think this one thing that used to be called a sick fetish is now legal. Well, hey, everything's legal. They want to have their cold packs, fucking corpses. They want to fuck animals. They want to fuck all this shit. It's fucking gross. It's like, there's a reason why goddamn child molesters and shit are killed in prison. You don't do that. When a fucking, serial killer is gonna stab you in the throat with a fucking pencil till you're dead in prison, you fucking know you fucked up, man.
Yeah, because she did something that person obviously was not a fan of, or whatever the fuck. But yeah. On that note, though, with the whole thing with the sick fetishes and shit. Now, see, I understand why gay couples and marriages do exist, even though a lot of people classify me as a homophobe because I don't agree with the lifestyle. At the same time, I mean, my friend right here, he's homosexual, and I love him like a brother. So,
No homo.
Yeah, no homo. No, full homo. No. Full homo. No. Nah. But the thing is, see, I can respect a person of homosexual type. I can. It's just
there's a very big difference between wanting a dick from a person of age and sticking a dog's cock up your ass.
Oh yeah, I mean that. There's definitely a borderline between something that is considered normality and then fucked up reality of someone's mindset that likes to take these sick perversions and bring them to reality. That's why there's a difference between fantasy and reality. And people out there, listen to me and listen to me carefully, okay? There is a very big difference between fantasy and reality. When you make fantasy into a reality, The chances are you need to be put in some kind of incarceration because you're going to be hurting a lot of things or people that don't deserve this kind of treatment just because you're a sick fucking want to get your jollies off, like pedophilia, but we've already explained that already.
Well, I mean, Christ, it's like, you got the hots for Shantae, but you ain't gonna go out bang a 14-year-old. I got the hots for fucking animal people, but I'm not gonna bang an animal. I mean, there's a fucking difference between artwork and fucking reality.
Exactly. When you're beating your dick off like until like it owes you money to something that turns you on, to me that's perfectly acceptable. But if you're actually going out and committing the act and actually harming an innocent or hurting something that looks up to you and loves you, and you fucking ruin that by sticking your dick in it or sticking your finger in it or whatever the fucking sick fetish you got going through your head when you make that decision to harm that thing or person, then you're a fucking piece of shit and you need to get what's coming to you, because there is a difference between fantasy and reality, and it's so vast. But a lot of people, like Chris Chan for instance, he thinks his fantasy is reality, and people like that don't need to be walking amongst children or animals or
hell no.
Or anybody.
That motherfucker's violent too, man. Like that motherfucker. Okay, I know people that live in a group fucking home that are less fucked up than Chris Chan. Why that motherfucker is not in a permanent psychiatric facility, I do not know.
Yeah, because this cum dumpster believes in some kind of make-believe land called Quickville. Okay? And he says he can project himself there. And you have a land that's filled with the Ninja Turtles and My Little Pony and all these fucking cartoon characters that are not real. They're imaginary figures made by people with overactive and creative imaginary artistic work that their minds come up with. It's not a real thing. I mean, that's like if I was a kid going to my sewers being like, hey, Donatello, you down there? Hey, can you make me a Game Boy? Or, hey, Michelangelo, can you give me a maggot and cheese pizza?
Yeah.
Who does that? Nobody! Because I know the difference between fantasy and reality. My motherfucking parents even said to me when I was 5 years old and I was watching a fucking Friday the 13th movie, I was watching people fucking. And let me tell you, I had a fucking boner as the size of a goddamn Eiffel Tower. But they told me, look, you know the difference between fantasy and reality? You can continue watching this kind of stuff. But the moment you fucking try this shit on your own accord, then you're done. And guess what? I knew the difference because I was smart enough to comprehend that. At 5 fucking years old, you got these 30 or 40 year old motherfuckers that can't fucking separate the two, and then people get hurt or animals get hurt or anybody because their sick fucking minds project this shit and they can't fix it, and they just think it's perfectly acceptable just because gay marriage was fucking legalized in America because they think their fucking fetishes. Yeah, exactly. They think their fetishes now is perfectly acceptable because their fucking gay asses want to fucking shove that shit down people's throats, and it was legalized. And I hated the day that happened because all the fucking faggots of the LGBT community was shoving that shit down people's throats who didn't agree with it.
Well, I got one for you. I actually saw a fucking meme, okay? I saw a fucking meme that someone made, and it showed a fucking gay pride parade, right? Motherfuckers walking around with assless, crotchless chaps on, right? And it says, this is not pride, this is exposing yourself to a 5-year-old, and there's a kid in the foreground, and it's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
See, and this is why my wife and I refuse to have children. It's one of the reasons, okay? First of all, as most of you may know, I have a lot of mental problems, okay? I'm not gonna put that as my fucking... I'm not going to project on that and just say, hey...
Yeah, unlike fucking most people these days, you don't use that as a shield. I get accused of using that as my shield. I don't, motherfucker. I'm just telling people what fucking time it is, okay? I can be cool with a motherfucker one day and be crazy fucking hating them the next. It's just the fucking goddamn reality of having manic depression. Not bipolar, manic depression. That's the real name of it. That's what it is. That more describes what it is. You have days where you want to kill yourself. You have days where you want to kill everyone else. You have fucking the highs, the lows. You know, you don't have in betweens. You don't have good days.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is I've been bipolar since the age of 3. And I've been through my ups and downs and all around and every goddamn way. It's like a goddamn roller coaster. It has so many twists and turns and drops and raises that I was not even aware that the brain could actually do. It's not a very fun place to be in, and it does put you in dark spaces sometimes. But the thing, the matter is I don't hide behind my disabilities that I know that I have mentally. You know, but the thing of the matter is you have so many crazy motherfuckers out there that just goddamn, you know, use that as, you know, their crutch, and they want to be noticed in a way. It's like, oh, I suffer from depression, you know, support me, help me, and this and that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you know what? If you need to find, if you feel the need to actually go out there and tell people of your problems, you know, the more likely you're going to get hate from these people, because there's a lot of people that believe that mental disabilities don't exist.
Oh, I've been there, dude. Sure, you have too. I mean, they're like, you know, the whole mentality you get from motherfuckers is like, oh, why don't you just not think negatively? Oh, why don't you just this and that? You know, like teachers used to be like, oh, well, you're so negative. You say the glass is half empty, it's half full. And I'm like, bitch, it's at 50% capacity. Suck my dick.
Exactly. I want a full glass of goddamn green tea. Give me that fucking full glass. I don't want halfway. Fuck you. Fill that shit up now.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you get back to the fucking shit at hand. I mean, yeah. Point being, hey, you know, maybe it's been TLDR. I don't fucking know. But point being, you know, one thing leads to another. You get the fucking gay marriage, and it fucking gets all the sickos out of the woodwork, and they want everything normalized. Every goddamn thing under the sun. And granted, I don't like laws and I don't like rules, but if it leads to some sick shit against helpless fucking creatures or individuals, well, that's fucked up, and fuck that. I mean,
Exactly.
that's why we have a system of law to begin with. And people might think they're oppressed. You're not oppressed. It's called keeping a fucking balance.
Exactly.
Because I used to be a stupid kid. I used to believe in fucking anarchy. I don't. I'm a fucking capitalist. Because you know why? No other system works. Okay? Communism, this thing that everyone holds on a fucking pedestal. Guess what? It's failed like, oh, I don't know, 9 billion fucking times. Every single fucking time it's tried. Fucking millions of people die. Oh, but fascism. Oh, you mean fucking socialism plus? It's just socialism. That's all it is. It's socialism where the government fucking basically is gay butt sex with fucking corporations, but it's still socialism. It's the same fucking thing, man.
Exactly. And, you know, socialism, you know, leads to communism. And if we get that route, we might as well name ourselves Russia too, because that's pretty much where we're headed in this regard with all these fucking crazy groups out there like Antifa.
Yeah, and the thing they don't realize is the more that they push for all this sick shit, the more that people stand up for fucking, you know, the more that people stand up for people like fucking Kiro, the more that people stand up for all these sick fucking things and all this shit, the more they're pushing for a re-election of Trump, and they're
Yeah.
gonna be like, oh, he'll never win, and because of that he'll never win mentality, they're gonna sit at home with their thumb up their ass, and he's gonna get reelected no matter what, whether you love him, whether you hate him, whether you're kind of indifferent. Even if you have a little bit of regret for him, he's still gonna win. He's still gonna fucking win again because of this shit. The way that society is spiraling so fucking out of control. Okay, listen, folks. We're two crazy people, and we're telling you something that you need to fucking hear. And we're actually making probably not total sense, but at least a little bit of sense. But here's the fucking fact, okay? We're making enough fucking sense that, okay, like, here's the fucking thing, like my brain just ejaculated, but point being, shit's fucked up. Shit keeps getting fucked up. Okay, here's where I was going. We got fucking, you know, how many fucking mass shootings, school shootings every fucking day we're having, okay? And they always want to say, "Oh, Republicans going to take away all the violent video games. Violent video games are stupid." Blah. Nah, nah, man. There's fucking mass shootings like every other day. There's terrorist attacks every other day. Like, I'm so fucking numb to it. Okay, that's how fucked society is. And when we are the fucking goddamn arbiters of truth in this motherfucker, us drunk motherfuckers, that's when you know your society is fucked. And it's on the fucking downhill. It's on the fucking. It's like, get ready for Rome, because we're going there, bitch.
Yeah, Rome was one of the biggest empires of their time, and guess what? It collapsed. And it's my personal belief that America will suffer the same fate because of their own zealous nature.
Well, it's like we've talked about before on this show, fucking back in the day, a couple of years ago, man. It's like, it's because people become complacent, and their complacency is leading to shit like Kiro, because they don't give a fuck, because they're being apathetic little cunts, and they don't give a shit about fucking nothing, and then we're getting sicker and sicker fucks coming out of the woodwork, and then everyone hates everyone else. Listen, at least I hate people for a reason. I know what's fucking right and what ain't. You don't fucking do that shit.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't hate people just to hate people. No, they give me a good goddamn reason to hate a motherfucker, and when it's because of their actions, like people like Kero and Chris Chan and people of that like, I hate them for a reason. And what I hate them for is they simply just take fantasy and reality and they fucking try to intertwine their fantasy with reality. When that, in that case, doesn't work, and in turns there's victims behind it. I mean, sure, if it was victimless, I wouldn't have a problem, but no, these motherfuckers actually take people under their wing in their own sick little world, and they harm it in a certain way that is unspeakable and unimaginable. It just breaks my brain to try to think how it is to be that way, because I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like what they say, man. Fucking kids that have, you know, either a rapist as a parent, you know, an unwanted pregnancy in that form, or if their parents molest them, they're way more likely to commit sick acts. And so, like, with these people that hurt animals, man, I don't know what the fuck their parents did, but there is the saying, don't blame the father, but in some regards, sometimes it is true.
Absolutely.
Once in a fucking while, and like I said, these are like the outliers. These are not the majority of fucking people in the fandom, right? Most of them are a bunch of fucking nerds that want to sit around and fucking talk about, the meaning of Watership Down. They're not fucking, animal rapists, but motherfuckers like this just make shit look bad. Whether that's their intention or not, they're just fucking sickos.
Absolutely, and like I want to backtrack just a little bit about the like people having children and shit. And one of the reasons one of the reasons I refuse to have a child of my own is because and we mentioned this with mental disabilities and whatnot. I would not at all want to give that to a child. I would not want a child to suffer with the same amount of mental fucking problems that I endure. And on top of that, look around, motherfuckers. Look around. Everyone's having a fucking child nowadays. We are very overpopulated. And most of you need to either stick your dick in your fucking pants, or women need to fucking get on birth control. Because, sex feels great. Sex is wonderful. Don't get me wrong. It is. As a person that experienced it on plenty of occasions, it's a great act to engage in. However, there's consequences to be had. You have a child. No, having a child isn't bad. But if you look at the world nowadays, you'd be doing yourself you'd be doing yourself a favor to not have a child in this day and age, especially with all the sick shit that's going on. You'd have to protect your fucking child from all the sick shit, and like pedophilia on the rise, fucking LGBT. Some of the sick fucks in that group are actually pro pedo, and it's like, the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? It's like you don't want to have a fucking group that just constantly I mean, you have the group called the LGBT. You know, we know of them and we know what they are capable of, but they are pro pedo. Oh, I didn't realize he went away. Sorry about that.
Shit, pickle. Anyway.
No, I was talking about how the LGBTQ or whatever, LMNOP or whatever the fuck.
That's what I call it.
They are so goddamn pro pedo, at least the sick fucks in them, that are just constantly doing it. And it's making me goddamn sick.
Oh, yeah. It's just, you know. Yeah. Oh, God. It's just fucking.
Okay, I get it. Little kids have crushes. I mean, my wife had a crush on her fucking 4th grade teacher, and you know, it's a cute little thing that they feel, but it doesn't necessarily feel
that doesn't mean they it's like, that's the thing, fucking these assholes, these sick fuckers, they don't understand difference between a crush and wanting to smash. They think it's the same thing.
Difference, world of difference. When you have a crush on somebody, you don't necessarily think of fucking them. No, you think of having them next to you and you know, sitting next to them and cuddling them and watching a movie together, or they're spending time.
Well, I mean, Christ, when I was a kid, you know what used to fascinate me?
What?
Electronics and machinery. That doesn't mean I want to go fuck a goddamn machine.
Yeah, you don't see me sticking my dick in my NES and have my balls slap against a power and reset button.
Oh, NES. Oh, yeah.
I mean, everyone who knows me. Right, everyone that knows me knows I'm a big lover of the NES. NES is my favorite console of all time. You know, next to the Super Nintendo, they're on par with each other. I can't love over the other because they're both very great systems, and they have plenty of games. And I mean, they got me through some of the roughest times of my life. And you know, with that regard, you know, I don't owe them anything because they're machinery. They don't know what I'm thinking or feeling. But it's just, the thing is I know that, you know, I have a lot to think in my own regard to those consoles because they gave me, you know, an outlet to get away from the hellish reality that life can give a human being, especially one that's considered an outcast. I mean, when I was in high school, just like, you know, most people in high school, I didn't have a lot of friends, and I didn't have a lot of, you know, I wasn't involved in much of anything. I just would go do my shit at school and go home, and then play my NES or my SNES because that I didn't have anything else to do. But you know, at the same time, I was okay with it.
Yeah. That kind of brings me over to another subject. You know what Japan needs to make right now? Hey, Japan, listen to me. You need to make, you know, like, you need to start marketing, like, fake fucking dead fox roadkill, so, Kiro can go fuck that instead of rape a dead animal.
No fucking shit. I mean, seriously, we only
make some fucking wolf sexy bots for him or something, man. Like, something, dude.
Exactly. Yeah, we did steer from the main topic at hand because we just want to go ahead and express ourselves. But we got 1 minute to go, so I'm gonna make my closing arguments on this. I mean, seriously, when it comes to Kero, I really hope he gets some kind of criminal charges against him at some point.
Oh yeah.
And I really hope people really look at this motherfucker for who he is. Because like I said, you can see his interviews, if you look him up on, say, YouTube or Dailymotion or whatever, they have interviews when he was sitting with the guy. And just pay attention to his body language and how he talks. You can tell that motherfucker is guilty and what he's doing and how he's doing it. It's there. And if you're smart enough to comprehend that, then you know he's guilty. And I hope he gets he gets what is coming to him. How about you? What's your closing arguments on this whole thing?
I was just going to say with that whole shit, I mean, for real, I mean, yeah, there's nervousness with things. Like when I was falsely accused of stupid bullshit, right? You know, I made a motherfucking video, which has since been mirrored, but I made a fucking video where I was like, listen, I ain't doing any of this stupid bullshit you're talking about. You need to take this shit offline, or I'm gonna get legal action. And people want to compare me to fucking Chris Chan for that. Nah, I'm not like Chris Chan. You know why? Because I can be Joe fucking chill when I need to be. and that was a situation where I'd be fucking cool as fuck. But this guy, he wasn't, he was nervous. Yeah, fine, okay, I'll give that a pass. But he didn't have any real reasons, and he admitted to a lot of guilt. So it didn't make him look good. If he would have been like, hey, listen, here's the fucking facts, blah, 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 yakety schmackety, and actually had a case there, okay, he didn't fucking have any information that was against what was shown at all. He he didn't have anything to say. It was all just, oh yeah, well, I lied about this and I lied about that. So even if in the magical world of make believe, if he weren't fucking guilty, he sure didn't look it because he didn't give any reasons why. It's kind of like political attack ads. They'll attack the other guy without saying what they're going to actually do if they get elected instead. It's the same sort of thing. It's deflection. It's bullshit. And that's all he did.
Right. Is that your closing argument? Or your
My closing argument is fucking, I hope that motherfucker, if guilty, which I think fucking, I'm 90% sure. Grant, I'm not a lawyer. I don't have all the evidence. I wasn't fucking there. But I am pretty goddamn very fucking sure he did what he did. And if that's so, man, I hope that motherfucker gets arrested, gets a book thrown at him. I hope he gets his fucking asshole plunged till it's big to fill a watermelon or bowling ball up. Fuck him. He needs to die. Everyone that fucking supports that motherfucker, I mean, if they're inept, fine. But if they know that he's doing wrong and they're defending him, then fuck that. Like, if they were any of the people that were in his circle, like that Snake, whatever the fuck, and some of them other people, all them fucking animal rapers need to get their fucking dicks chopped off like tomorrow. Hang them by the fucking scrotum, I say. The end. Bye.
That's a good closing argument. And the last thing I'm going to say for this podcast is just, well, it's like this. Zoophiles out there, I understand that, you have a sick fetish that really needs to be addressed, but also I would think it would be in your best interest to get some kind of help with that, because it's not in any way okay to fuck an animal. Just like it's not okay for a pedophilia to fuck a child. None of that is okay. None of that is good. There's victims involved because you want to get your dick off or your pussy off. Okay, it's not kosher. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wish I could find a better way to explain it, but it's the truth of the matter. You have some sick fucking fantasies, but you don't need to make them reality. Just keep them fantasies, and no one gets hurt. Everyone can go about their lives and enjoy whatever it is that they enjoy, and everyone can be happy. And that's all I gotta say.
Actually, dude, I have one more fucking thing to add to that since you brought it up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay? If anybody out there, I fucking doubt it, but if anybody out there in the goddamn audience has any of this bullshit feelings for fucking animals or fucking children or any of that crap, take your ass to a goddamn psych ward like now.
Word.
Okay? You're not gonna get fucking charged. They only can charge you once you fucking do the act, right? Get your ass in there and get your brain fixed, or get yourself fucking, like, keep yourself away from that shit. Do something, but don't fucking do it. You fucking do it, I'm gonna want to rip your fucking lungs out. Okay? And if I don't do it, if I'm not there, okay, if you live far away from me, someone else is gonna stomp your fucking dick in. And you gotta fucking pray that you get stomped to death if you do any of that shit, because if you don't, you're going to prison and your asshole's going to be big enough to fit a woman's head up, okay? So, fucking don't do it, and if you got the inkling to do it, get your ass some fucking help, like, right now. I don't care. Call Suicide Hotline, okay? 211. Call that now. Get yourself help, or, fucking, I don't care. If you're that sick and you don't fucking get help, fucking kill yourself. I don't give a shit. But don't be fucking hurting animals or children, you son of a bitch.
Right on, right on. I mean, yeah, I agree with DP 100% here. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and cut this podcast. I hope you enjoyed it for what it was. And, leave comments or anything that you have to say below. I will definitely review them. And we'll have we can have this further topic of the discussion in the comment section if you prefer. But until then, I am Demonius X, and I'm joined by DP, and I hope you enjoyed this Problematicast. And join us on the next one where we'll be talking about the White Knights of the gaming world.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Alright, good night, guys. Take care. Hope you enjoyed.
Be kind to animals or I'll kill you.
Right on. And they deserve that, too. Alright, goodbye, guys.